Citizens Portal, please start recording this entire conversation from here. My name's Justin Riddle. I did mark down on that form that I witnessed a hit and run. I do believe somebody had that same circumstance a few weeks ago, and you guys made sure to protect their address, but mine's 16422 Patrick Ave. Now, this is really to the citizens tonight, and I'm going to tell you guys something. If it doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what else to do. And you guys knew this would come out someday. Following the August 2nd, 2021 meeting of the Omaha Public School Education Board, multiple complaints were registered with this office alleging violations of the Open Meetings Act against Justin Riddle and Cheryl Adamson. It wasn't me that registered these complaints. It was other citizens who care about what's right. You don't have to agree with me to agree with the Constitution. So, what did they do? The Attorney General spoke to the OPS school board. Then they made a decision to say that they were right. They said we couldn't play recordings. They put this in writing. Can we play recordings? Yes, we can. We've done it subsequently. The Attorney General lied. Now, it gets better. They hid it. And I just found out about it because I didn't file the complaints. Other people who witnessed it did. I found it in May. This is 2.5 years later, right? I put in a Freedom of Information request to the Attorney General, and the new Attorney General's office, which wasn't involved in the corruption, says the complaints, correspondence, and notes will be withheld under the exception to disclosure in Nebraska. And so what they said is this. The community said I was a victim. They also said my mom, your friend, a retired person in this district that worked in it for over 30 years, and I'm looking at each one of you school board members because you all were here, and each of you saw the results of this investigation. But guess what? When I sued the school district, guess what they did not use in their evidence as that they did nothing wrong? This Attorney General investigation. Now, anybody who knows that having the Attorney General say to you, you've done nothing wrong, you're in great shape, and then you get sued for that and doesn't say, hey, the Attorney General said we did nothing wrong, recognizes the problem, right? Now, after the Attorney General said, no, they won't show me anything, I asked, I'll just point because we don't want to say names. And this gal over here told me for the requested information, she wanted $1,600 in 5 weeks. Now, our tax dollars paid for that. Our tax dollars paid for that investigation. Our tax dollars paid for them to find this stuff. She wanted $1,600 to send me 146 pages that don't even show my name or who sent or what it. These could be pictures of clowns. How would we know? We don't. $1,600 is what the school district wanted for 146 pages of redacted. Now, what's the bottom line here? The bottom line is these folks participated in an investigation. They then hid it from me, as did the Attorney General. Now that I found it 2.5 years later, and mind you, I didn't file the complaints, neither did my mother. We were the victims, but we were made into the abusers according to the Attorney General's office, right? These folks all knew this. Every single one of them had access to that. They didn't use it in their response to the lawsuit.
1 minute.
But what they did do is try to steal more tax dollars and consider every one of you fools. And do you know why? Because 2.5 years ago, I sounded the alarm, and you know what they did? This. And I found out about it in May of this year. And know what will happen if nobody here stands up and says, hey, I don't like the guy. I don't agree with the guy. You might like me. I hope, because I've been as polite as I can be when I'm being this kind of abused.
30 seconds.
If nobody does anything, what we've all agreed on is that the Constitution, due process, and the ability not to be convicted without ever getting a chance to face your accusers, people have been put to death for this. If nobody understands that, you don't believe what you say you believe. People have been put to death for this very type of investigation, and I can prove it through things that I found about sexual abuse cases with this district, you've done this.
Time.